Rated M for mature.
I've been making games for about 30 years. And making this kind of game has always been a dream for me. Stellar Blade has been influenced by various countries, but in particular by Korea. Korea has developed extensively over the years, with structures that had gone through cycles of construction and decay. Seeing those buildings crumble felt post-apocalyptic to me. I wanted to capture this unique charm in Stellar Blade.
Even in the darkest times, it's always safe to bet on human survival instinct.
In the game, you will encounter a city called Zion, a place frozen in time.
Zion is the last city of humanity on Earth.
Aesthetically, Zion really stands out, but I felt sympathy for the NPCs living there. They live in a very challenging and unfortunate environment.
Is everyone hiding because of us?
We have a situation here.
There are many different environments in Stellar Blade: a city environment, great deserts, and wastelands.
And even space. I actually wanted to reinterpret some of the conventional imagery associated with post-apocalyptic worlds. Rather than expanding horizontally, I thought about ways to expand vertically.
Orbit Elevator is the level I'm the most proud of.
My favorite area of the game is the Matrix. I love maze-like environments, so that area is by far my favorite.
Personally, my favorite stage is the subway section. It's a map where you delve deep into the underground. From the collapsed subway station to other precarious sections, traces of survivors, and ultimately a fateful encounter. At the beginning of the game, players navigate a somewhat linear map. However, the moment you encounter survivors on the surface, the world expands significantly.
This is the largest land I've ever seen in my life.
And yet danger lurks around every corner.
And you can find yourself in a world where you can go anywhere.
Describing Stellar Blade's sound in one word would be clang.
Parrying is a crucial element of our combat system.
Our goal was to make a fast, colorful, and stylish combat. We were inspired by games such as God of War, Sekiro, Dark Souls, DMC, and Bayonetta.
What was the blocking button?
We made a huge effort to make weapon hits more impactful and make combat sequences more dynamic.
In the game, the accurate trajectory of the weapon and the position of the opponent are crucial. We did our best to precisely align these elements to convey the feeling of the sword penetrating the opponent accurately. These are cases where, depending on the situation, I might cut through or sever an enemy's body using a sword. I believe this is a crucial element, not just for the sake of gore, but also to give the feeling that the player is effectively utilizing a sword and give the feeling that you are really fighting. The functions of the DualSense were incredibly helpful for that. You'll be able to feel it right on your fingertips. Add this to the sound, motion, enemy reactions and effects. All of these elements combine in perfect harmony.
I can't wait for players to encounter the boss battles.
All the excitement, all the awe, it all combines into our boss battles. There are at least 3 boss monsters per map. Stellar Blade's bosses have a variety of appearances and a variety of attack styles.
You need to figure out a monster's pattern and fight accordingly.
My most memorable monster is the one we made first. His name is Gigas. He's a gorilla-shaped monster. At first, he had only a few skills, but we added many more while developing the combat system.
The reason why I like Starker the most is because he's the first monster that made me feel that I'm doing a good job with the sculpting. Out of all of them, he's the best.
Fantastic finish.
There is a monster called Abaddon that players will meet early on in the game.
Everyone in the studio had a competition to see who could defeat this boss first.
Okay, let's do this.
Adam, get back!
From that moment, all of us understood how to design the combat system of Stellar Blade.
Things will only get harder.
Stellar Blade is the outcome of my creative dictatorship. However, that dictatorship is quite feeble. So, everyone pretends to listen to what I say whilst creating what they want.
To be honest, it wasn't a smooth ride. Can I do it again?
The most important thing was the communication between each other.
For instance, when we have meetings, we discuss details such as the length of the limbs, because when they are longer here, a void is created here, and when the sword cuts through the empty space, it leads to lack of impact. We discuss that kind of detail.
Our meeting with Sony was truly fateful. Shuhei Yoshida happened to be in South Korea. We contacted Sony, informed them that we were making a game, and he came to play it in person. From there on, our relationship with Sony began.
When I found out that Stellar Blade was PlayStation 5 exclusive, I was very proud.
My first PlayStation was a PS2 when I was in middle school. I never dreamt that I would ever get to develop the games I played of as a child.
I grew up too poor to afford a gaming console, and only when I became a college student could I finally purchase PS1. I enjoyed playing games like Ridge Racer and Final Fantasy, and this ignited a strong desire in me to create games like this. In Korea, there are not many opportunities to create console games, so there is a strong desire to make good games for global users. When Stellar Blade is released, I hope it becomes an example that South Korean game developers can develop a console game.
I think Kim Young-tae will leave a historic mark on South Korean game developing history.
Stellar Blade was made for you. If you are a player who enjoys single-player console games, you will know how much the developers love the culture and how much they put their love and hearts into it. I hope you have a great time with its charming characters, captivating worlds, and formidable foes. Just grab your controller and enjoy.